Can everybody say what GSOB stands for?
Gold-spotted oak beetle.
All right, you guys are on it. Yeah.
The gold-spotted oak borer. It came to San Diego County and infested firewood about a decade ago and has since taken out tens of thousands of trees weakened by drought, many of them in the state parks where scientist Mason Highland works.
We all know that the gold-spotted oak borer is an issue, and it's something that causes harm to the tree. But do we know how it causes harm to the tree?
Last year, Highland began teaching students about the pest at the Cuyamaca Outdoor School, where local 6th graders spend a week at camp. Today, students stand in a sunny amphitheater, their arms outstretched like branches that once shaded the area.
So we have these leaves up here that are photosynthesizing.
Highland leads them in stretches that simulate how a tree works, starting with the xylem that brings water to the leaves.
When you go up, you say xylem. So it goes all the way up xylem, right? And then the second set of tubes is taking all of those sugars that we make. It's called phloem, and that goes down and stores energy back in our roots. So you have phloem that goes down, right? And then you go up and say xylem, right? And phloem, yeah, great.
The GSOB interrupts all that.
And water can't get up, sugars can't go down, and the tree starts to die, right?
The camp alone has cut down about 30 dead trees that pose risks to structures and people. It's partnered with Highland and the California State Parks to reforest the area and teach a little science along the way.
We've had students just like you guys help us collect acorns last fall. We had them do a float test where they were figuring out which ones were viable acorns and which ones were not. And then we put them into a plastic bag with a wet paper towel, and we put them into a refrigerator to germinate.
Delicate white sprouts have emerged from the woody seeds. It's time to plant.
There's your acorns right there.
Thank you.
You're making like a little bed for your baby trees.
Yeah.
And then a well for them to have water.
All right, here we go, guys.
6th graders from Roosevelt and Stanley Middle Schools in Hillcrest and University City dig small holes into a grassy lawn and place the acorns inside.
Nighty night, sweet dreams. Don't let the parasites bite.
Rounds of fencing to protect the plantings dot the camp. Highland says students there have helped plant 5,000 acorns since the fall. He hopes 500 survive. But Highland says even more important is that the lesson's message sticks.
There's a really fascinating world out there, and that they are a part of it, that it's a system that they are integrated in, and it's in trouble and it needs to be managed in various ways. And so without the next generation growing up, or future generations growing up, using this information to make decisions, our programs won't continue on into the future.
Like right there.
12-year-old Tegan Brokaw says she plans to tell her family and friends back home how the oaks sustain wildlife and even humans with oxygen.
It's really interesting and also sort of sad because the oak tree is the key element for all this nature and the forest and stuff, and we want to keep that alive so that we can have things to look at and come to see when we're here, as well as other students.
One of those animals that rely on the oaks paid the students a visit.
I have someone who is very, very appreciative of all the scientific work you guys just learned and did.
Camp staff rewarded the students with a close-up look at a western screech owl. It's one of 3 owl species still present in Cuyamaca Rancho State Park. Highland says 2 others, the California spotted owl and the saw-whet owl, haven't been seen for some time.
So this tree was infested with GSOB, and when it died, it was cut down.
The GSOB, or gold-spotted oak borer, that decimated their habitat isn't going anywhere, but Highland says the new trees might fend them off. The beetles prefer the old-growth oaks that dominated the county's hillsides before the die-off. Megan Burks, KPBS News.